What seems to be first sanctions since October 7th, Turkey delists Israel as a favored export target. Now, what does that mean? We want to ask Dr. Eytan Cohen Yanarocak, who's here in the studio. Good evening.
Good evening.
First of all, is this meaningful? What's the importance of this step by the
from my understanding, it is revealing the country's orientation. It is not a sanction, it's a recommendation. It means that the Turkish Ministry of Trade is telling the Turkish investors not to export or to make imports from Israel anymore, and instead they are seeking to divert their attention to elsewhere, to other countries. By the way, also Iraq, for instance, was removed. Why am I reminding you Iraq? Because it is a very important partner of Turkey when it comes to Kurdistan regional government, and I believe that also their removal from this list was again a signal in political terms. But of course, let's speak about Israel. This is a U-turn. The Ministry of Trade.
So far, we said, well, business and trade still keeps going on, and so forth.
And if you allow me, I would like to make another point. Last week, the Turkish Ministry of Trade, the Turkish Ministry of Transportation, they made another important statement that since October the 7th, almost 700 vessels visited Israeli and the Turkish ports, meaning that we are seeing the continuation of the exports and imports, business as usual. And I must also have to emphasize here that the balance between export and import, the balance is in Turkey's favor, meaning that they are making more money in this venture.
With the Turkish economy as it is, can Erdogan afford to lose business with Israel?
That's a great question. You ask this question from a very rational angle. Unfortunately, but you know what? Unfortunately, what we are seeing here, all of these decisions, again, delisting Israel from the list, it is not a rational decision. It's an ideological decision. And of course, time will tell if Turkey can replace Israel. Israel is considered as the 13th most important partner of Turkey when it comes to exports. They are sending us vegetables, furniture, steel, and many other important goods. For them, it's a very important market, but I really cannot understand their logic because they are not thinking with their heads, but they're with their stomach.
Does it have anything to do with local elections that are sometimes soon in Turkey?
In March, 31st of March, the local elections will take place. Erdogan needs a victory, a decisive victory, both in capital Ankara and also in Istanbul. If he's going to declare victory in these two provinces, he will be able to get lots of money from the Turkey's treasury, and he is going to use this money to sponsor his party's political activities. Of course, he is going to use non-governmental organizations and Islamic foundations to receive these kind of funds. And until the election day, we may see more harsh rhetorics from the Turkish leadership and more deterioration in the Israeli-Turkish relations. And only afterwards, maybe we will hear more rational voices in Ankara.
We've seen this before with Erdogan.
We've seen this before, but I must admit this time, I think this situation is worse. When I'm comparing it with the Mavi Marmara flotilla period, then I thought that, okay, we reached to the lowest level of the relations. Even in the flotilla period, unfortunately, I did not see such a hatred against Israel in the Turkish streets.
Yeah, there's always another bottom in Israel's relationships, apparently.
Never a dull moment.
Never. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.